Your mind can't really grasp that, right? Maybe you can become more aware of what you are emanating. Evolution. It's time for evolutionary change, right?
Welcome back to Foal and the Angels. We are continuing our story with Foal.
I mean, when I woke up, I was looking back at the dream and I thought it was a demon or, a devil. So what I was explaining, the explanation was that it is just your shadow self. And it's made of all these negative energies that you form in so many lives. So it's part of you. You made it. And it has to be integrated. And so it's very difficult to integrate that, awful being. It was really a scary demon. And but I understood that that's what we have to do to become whole again. Those are parts of us. And we have to accept them and invite them in to the light. And then we have to grow them to be able to be, a whole better being. Well, that's what I got from the dream.
Right. Okay, so you have to integrate your negativity, your negative thoughts.
I mean, that demon was something that I made. That's what I understood. In all the many lives we made, choices. And according to the choice, there's a different kind of energy that we generate. And it can be, a positive energy or a negative energy. All the negative energies put together, they become this kind of demons that come back to haunt us. Because it is needed to be haunted. Because otherwise we never get the lesson.
Right, right.
If we call them nightmares, but they are very important part of our dream world. It's like, all the shadow, all the problems, obstacles, guilt, doubt, remorse, whatever, we label them negative energies, but they are the catalyst. I mean, we need them, we need to be able to overcome them, to get over them. And that's where the lesson comes in.
That's where what comes in?
The lesson.
The
we
lesson.
Have to learn.
Okay, that's where we have to learn. Is we have to learn to overcome the negativity of the thoughts, or what do you have to learn?
Like, when if it's a nice ride, we just enjoy it. But it is a tough ride that is a real teacher. Let's, for example, let's take a parent. There are, so to speak, good parents and not so good parents, okay? So if you have a good mother, you can say, when I have a kid, I want to be like her, like my mother.
Right.
But if you have a bad mother, you're going to think, I will never do that to my children. And that's a huge lesson, because it shows you how you don't want to be.
Right. Okay.
So it's, we must not underestimate nightmares or, so-called negative energies.
Okay. So then you say the shadow is there to hinder you, to hamper your growth, to test you, right?
So we can find a strength that we didn't know we had until the obstacle showed up.
So you can find the strength you didn't know you had, right? Okay, that makes sense.
That's what we're supposed to do. It's hard to do it.
Yes, it's very hard.
That's where the message and the lesson of life kicks in.
Mm-hmm. And then you say you should be grateful to the shadow and not to fear it, but you must be grateful for it, right?
Well, because without shadow, without the lessons, we would still be maybe back to prehistorical spiritual growth. I don't know, whatever that was. But I mean, there is this evolution, this, the growth that is important. We have to evolve. And that's the meaning of our lives.
That's the meaning, to evolve. That's exactly what I talk about. I have a workshop, I call it Awaken, Ascension, Evolution. So once you're...
talk about evolution, yes. And shadow, the obstacles bring evolution about. So that's why it is, in a way, necessary.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you don't think that you think we should always have pain on this?
No. I hope not. I mean, that's the thing. Most people, I mean, we are like that. Sometimes we really need a painful or a grieving experience
Right.
to have a spiritual awakening. But I speak about it in the very beginning of Foal, when they say that Foal thought that this was his life, to be able to find God not through pain, but through happiness.
Through love and happiness.
It is, in a way, it is the easier way is to have a spiritual awakening through, painful experiences. But I would say that it would be really awesome if we could even evolve from that we can become able to find spirit inside through beauty, through happiness, through joy, and that we don't need anymore a painful experience to wake us up.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm really trying to do now.
Yes. Okay. I agree with you. I agree. We don't. You can learn through wisdom, or you can learn through woe. It's your choice, right? We always have choice.
How you see, from your perspective, the perception of, and your reaction to it.
Yes, and your reaction. So your reaction, you feel that you're like you judge yourself based on your reaction to the situation?
Yes, of course. I mean, because it is never, the event in itself. It's how we react to it that, we can feel well or we can feel bad according to our reaction. It's not really the thing in itself.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay.
Yeah, just like, in the demon dream. I mean, it was a demon. If Foal reacted with fear, it would have been an awful experience, a terrifying experience. But he was just there saying, good, I'm ready for you. And that, it made it a totally different experience for him.
So he had inspiration that came from that?
I don't know what he had. Inside the dream, I believe that a more inner part of ourselves shows up, and that's the true part. So it was a true answer that I was really bewildered when I said it myself, but I was so happy, I was so very happy, that a part of me inside me was able to say, good, I'm ready for you, Spirit is with me.
Right, yeah, that is...
Not away, not feel fear.
That is awesome, it really is. Okay, so, in your words, who would you say God Supreme is when writing this story?
Well, God Supreme, let me say this, I call him God Supreme and angels, but I come from a Christian background, so that's why I call them angels and God Supreme, but it doesn't matter whatever you call them. It's about a voice or some entity, some energies that are at work in the astral, in other dimensions, and they're willing to help us. So the whole thing is to open up and trust and allow. Trust and allow. This is another message from Tamno in the book. And it's so important to let it be, to not doubt the process. And so, as I said, I call it God's Supreme, but you can say it's maybe my higher self, or it's, I don't know, collective consciousness, or my conscious, the little voice inside. Whatever.
Okay.
But, it is a voice that brought forward so much wisdom that it is, undeniable. So whatever I call it, it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely.
But the content.
Hi, I'm Eliza from Vegas.com. I'm here with my body flight instructor, Adam, from Vegas Indoor Skydiving. So what are we doing today?
Basically, we're going to simulate the free fall aspect of real skydiving. We're pretty much just going to hover in the air.
Let's do it.
You really don't know what to expect at first. You just go in there. It's really fun, just the adrenaline. You don't know if you're going to crash into the pad, your heart pumps. You go really high and you're just floating on a column of air. So we'll have you start out on the net, slowly turn it up, get you about head high with the instructor. And then we'll throw you a couple hand signals, straighten legs, bend legs, relax, arch more. And then from there, if you're doing really good, we can let you go, let you fly on your own.
So I definitely thought it would be a lot easier, that I would just kind of jump in there, I would float, I would be doing flips and you know, like wowing the crowd, but it's pretty intense. I mean,
Yes, it's quite a workout. It's just you just need to find that balance point, find that sweet spot. It does take some practice at first, just to be stable enough to fly on your own, definitely.
if you feel like floating on air the next time you're in town, be sure to check out Vegas Indoor Skydiving.
So if you would like to contact Foal, you can go to her website at spiritualjourneyoffoal.com, and you could also email her at info@foalandtheangels.com, and she can give you a lot more information. Once you read the book, I mean, it will enlighten you, it will open your mind, and it's just got a great message. So check it out, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.